How to choose your friends. Um, this is a very important video for me because I have gone through quite a revelation in my life in the past few years, and I can tell you, most people don't struggle because they're lazy or untalented. They struggle because they keep the wrong people around them. And they don't know how to tell the difference. That's what this episode is about. This video that I'm about to make, I'm going to go into how you should actually choose friends based on my experiences. And given the fact that I come from nothing, below nothing, and managed to come to a place where I own $1 million company, I've been all walks of life, traveled all over the country, many places around the world, and met a lot of people. And I've learned some valuable lessons about how to choose the people that you surround yourself with. And many of you may have heard the phrase, the 12 people that you surround yourself with will dictate, what you become, or something to that effect. There's some truth in that statement. Very huge amounts of truth. However, what a lot of people, I think, get wrong, and I see this time and time again, is that they think that those 12 people, that it's about status, that it's about success or fame. It's not. In other words, you shouldn't be running around trying to go become really good friends with rich people and famous people and successful people, because you're social climbing at that point. Nobody wants you. You're a fan. You're a dick rider. You're a social climber. That's not even remotely what they mean. They don't mean, oh, you need to be around millionaires, or you need to be around successful business owners, or you need to be around celebrities and famous people. That's not what they mean. What they mean is, instead of basing it on status or their success or wealthy, how much money they have, whatever, it really is that the people around you should shape your standards. It's about shaping your standards, not your success. So the idea, or I think the misinformation that a lot of people have, is I should choose to be around people that are successful and then I'll be successful. No. You should choose to be around people who build and that will help you reinforce your own discipline, your own values, and encourage things that will help you become successful. But it's more about shaping your standards within yourself and being around people that help you do that. So the 12 people you surround yourself with, the idea is real, but as I stated, it's very misunderstood. And you don't want to choose friends based on their wealth or status, but look at traits. And one of the things that I like to do, I don't know, for those of you who are football fans, if you've ever heard of Mike Vrabel's 4 H's in the Patriots locker room, but this is very similar. I have a 5 H's thing with my company, but I also apply it to just my life. And the people that I choose to surround myself with. And I could tell you emphatically that I will not allow myself to be surrounded by anyone that doesn't meet these traits. And that's just the bottom line. But they're the 5 H's, and they're hustle. I'll go through each one in depth, as I move through them. But for now, I'm just going to kind of explain what they are. But it's hustle, humility, honesty, heart, and hunger. Hustle, humility, honesty, heart, and hunger. Those are 5 things that are a requirement of people that I allow to have around me. And I'm that analytical. When people come around in my circle and they're around in my life and I have enough time around them, even if it's just a couple of weeks to diagnose this, this is the shit I'm looking for, the patterns that I'm looking for. Hustle means that they're moving forward. I want to see somebody who's moving forward, not constantly complaining to me about how they're backwards or they're stuck or this and that, but they're moving forward. I can see that they're figuring out ways to get up every day and move their life forward. They're trying. They're working hard. They're not waiting to be saved by somebody. They don't even have to be winning yet. They just have to be moving. There's a big difference. Okay, so that's where the hustle comes in. Humility are, I don't want to be around people that can't admit when they're wrong. I don't want to be around people that think they know everything. I don't want to be around people that get all defensive whenever you give them some kind of feedback or whatever. If they can't be wrong, then they can't grow, because you only grow from being wrong. You don't, like, that's just the bottom line. Like Tom Brady even said once, you don't just learn from your losses, you learn from your wins too. There's mistakes you made even when you won. So humility is very important, because if you think, well, I won, so therefore I did everything right, ha ha ha, I'm the winner, so I did everything right, you lack humility. Let alone if you're losing and still telling everybody that you're right. That's a serious problem. If you have no job and you have no money and you're struggling to get a car and you're sitting around on some fucking couch playing video games and living off people or whatever it is you do, and you don't have anything going for yourself, you're nobody to be telling other people what they should be doing. You're nobody to be advising what other people should be doing. And you're nobody at that point to be trying to degrade what somebody else is doing or downplay in any kind of way, which we're going to get into that. Because the third one is honesty. This is huge. Everybody says, well, yeah, honest, somebody who keeps it real, they don't lie, this and that, right? Well, yeah, but they tell you the truth when it matters. That's really, really important. Really, really important for people to understand that they're telling you the truth when it matters. Not to tear you down, but to protect you. Okay? Honesty isn't cruelty. It's not being mean to somebody. Yeah, you look fat in those jeans. I'm just being honest. No. You have to care with a backbone. And we're going to get into this more in depthly as I go, but honesty is so crucial. Somebody who can be honest with you is so important to build that level of trust to make it into your friend circle. At least it really, really should be. The fourth one is heart. And heart is something that this is personal to me. Not everybody really needs this. I do. Heart means that you don't care about your image. You don't care about your status. And you don't care about my image. And you don't care about my status. Okay? You want me to be healthy, not impressive. Okay? You want me to be healthy, not impressive. That's huge. That's huge. There's a big, big difference between wanting someone to be healthy and wanting them to be impressive. If you're dating a girl and you take your shirt off and you got a perfect bill of health, you just had a checkup at the doctor's, you're in top physical shape, you're doing fantastic, doctors are so happy with everything, but you take your shirt off and she says, you need to get abs. That's somebody who wants you to be impressive. And they care more about that than they do about your health. And it's the same thing with guys and women. If you're telling a girl that, hey, I think maybe we should walk more, we should hike more, weight is important, we got to be healthy, we don't want to become diabetic or whatever. If you're caring about somebody's well-being, that's different. If you're looking at them going, I want you to be in a skinny, I want you to have a skinny waist so you can wear skirts around my friends and I could look like I'm cool because I'm with a hot girl or whatever. You care about them being impressive, not their health. Heart is very important, and it hinges upon empathy and compassion. If you don't have empathy and you don't have compassion, we cannot be friends. Period. Make no mistake about that. If you see somebody that's homeless on the street, that's starving and needs money to eat, and you think you can make a joke about that to me and act like, look at this loser or something, we can't be friends. I need people who have empathy and compassion around me, or you're cooked. And then the last one is hunger. Hunger is really important because I got to be around people who want more out of life. It doesn't mean that you want to be a billionaire or whatever. It's more about wanting meaning in life, wanting to a sense of purpose, stability, enjoyment from life, wanting more from it. And not just wanting more attention, okay, which isn't something I deal with certain people I've led in my circles in the past. Hunger doesn't mean you're greedy, okay? It means that you're not done. It means that you don't look back on your past accomplishments and rest on your laurels. You say, who cares about yesterday? I have goals tomorrow. I don't care what I did yesterday. I have goals tomorrow. People like that are the kind of people I'll let in my circle. And because the people who look back and rest on their laurels or are not motivated to want more and don't have hunger, they're very detrimental to affecting my hunger. It becomes infectious. I can't be around that. So that's the 5 H's is hustle, humility, honesty, heart, and hunger. Okay. Now, going back into the heart thing, I want to talk about encouragement. A lot of people think, oh, you're gassing them. Oh, you want to get gassed. Oh, you're gassing them. Encouragement isn't gassing somebody. Encouragement isn't hype. It's holding the people you care about accountable. And what I mean by that is, let me give you some examples of things that fake friends make you think is encouraging you that isn't real encouragement. You tell them, hey, I'm going to start a new business. And they go, oh, that's a real dumb idea. I wouldn't do that. That shit'll fail. I'm just being honest. That's not encouraging. That's not encouragement. You make a song or you make a painting and they either listen to it or they look at your drawing or your painting and they say, yeah, that shit sucks. What do you want me to do? Kiss your ass? I'm not going to kiss your ass. I'm going to tell you the truth. No, dude, that's not encouragement. Okay. Fake friends do this. And they'll gaslight you into thinking that you just surround yourself with ass kissers and I'm the real friend. I'm the one who tells you the realness. No, dude, no. You're an asshole. You're not a real friend. That's not coming from a place of honesty. It's coming from a place of ego. Honesty, ego. Completely two different things. Have nothing to do with each other. They're not shitting on your ideas and beating you up because they want to be honest and that's what a real friend is. They're doing it because of their own egos. And their ego feels either that they know more than you do about whatever it is, or that they can do better than you at whatever you did, or, you know, whatever it is. That's what's coming in is ego. That's not a person who cares about you. And a lot of people who try to say that they're your friends will gaslight you every day into thinking that being mean to you and shitting on your ambitions and shitting on your dreams is a way of them being a real friend. It's hilarious. What real encouragement looks like, and I want to really stress this because this is so key. Real encouragement is when they see you disconnecting from society a little bit, becoming withdrawn. And they're like, hey, man, I noticed you ain't been coming out, man. Let's go for a walk. Come out. Come in and hang out with some friends. You haven't been out in a while. You need to get outside a little bit. That's a person who cares about you. Or, hey, man, I've been noticing that you haven't been to the gym in a while. You've been eating like crap. this stuff's going to catch up to you. Let's go to the gym. Let's work out today. That's encouraging. Okay? That's encouragement. That's somebody that cares about your well-being. They care about who you are as a person. That's not somebody that, is just trying to hurt your feelings, because it's in the way that they handle it. Telling you, that you need to take care of yourself. Or if they go out with you and they see you spending money on stuff you don't need, they can say, hey, man, I know you've been talking about how you're struggling paying your bills right now. Don't buy this, man. You don't really need it, and you need your money right now. You know what I mean? Shit, I'll help you. I'll buy it. Just don't spend your money. I'll buy it for you right now if you have the money and you could do it. If they have the money and they could do it, sure. If they don't have the money, just try to encourage them. Hey, man, be a little smarter with your money. You're hurting right now for dough. Those are statements that people make who are your real friend. That's what real friendship looks like. That's what it sounds like. That's what it is by its core definition. So if you're struggling and a friend, sees you doing something reckless, something that could harm you, then it's their duty, if they care about you and they're your friend, to stop you from doing that. Because real friends, they protect your health, they protect your future, not your feelings. And not their feelings. So if somebody is shitting on your dreams or tearing apart something you do or whatever, trying to, I'm just being honest, and their ego is making them do that, in that moment, they only care about their feelings. Because they're obviously being mean enough to you to not care about yours. They only care about their feelings in this arena. And the people that are watching you harm yourself, but don't have the courage to tell you, are only caring about your feelings. And both caring about their feelings or caring about your feelings is wrong. It's the wrong way to go about it. Feelings need to be removed from the equation. Because the bottom line is that if you really care about them and you see them doing something that could be harmful or detrimental to them, then it is your duty to speak up in a very loving way and to let them know that regardless of how you feel about it, I'm telling you that you need to go to the gym because you're becoming unhealthy. Or this is the 4th time you ordered Papa John's this week. Not a good idea. Okay? That's what friends do. These are people who are builders. These are people who help you become a better person. These are people that allow you to elevate who you are and where you are in life. That's the kind of people you want. So when we're talking about the 12 friends you surround yourself with, we're not talking about you need to surround yourself with millionaires and successful business people and celebrities or people with status and power. No. We're talking about surrounding yourself with the kind of people that will make you raise your standards and protect your health and future. That's what's going to help you lead to a successful future. Because real friends will push on the things that matter, not the things that don't. They're not going to nitpick your creativity or your songs or your talents or your drawings or your, fucking whatever it is you did or whatever a business idea you're coming out with or, the outfit you chose to buy at the store. They're not going to nitpick those things. Okay? They're not going to crush your confidence because that's what that does. Okay? They don't tear down your identity. Right? They're not going to make you feel shitty about who you are as a person. What they're going to focus on is your health, your habits, your blind spots, you being more disciplined, things that will, in the long run, help you become more successful. That's what real friends do. If someone only critiques your dreams, but never your self-destruction, they're not helping you, they're hating on you. Remember that. So when it comes to success, it doesn't really come from being around winners. It comes from being around builders. And you can hang around successful people. I have. I mean, I know when I came to Hollywood, that was the first thing I thought I needed to do. I surrounded myself with people that were famous and had money and were high up in the industry. But in the end, I didn't do nothing and it didn't do anything for me. In fact, in some ways, it even hurt me because proximity to success is not progress. Proximity to success is not progress. I have a buddy of mine who's a millionaire. He's worth like several million. And for a while, I was living in his house. He let me stay with him right around the turn of COVID, right around when COVID was in the height. He was like, you know what? Come and run your business here. You could live here, whatever. He gave me a leg up. I was bouncing around at the time. And when you have proximity to success, you can be fooled into thinking it's yours. Living in that house, waking up in that mansion-sized, beautiful house every day with a beautiful view, and you forget this isn't mine. And that gets rid of your hustle, gets rid of your hunger, starts making you foolishly believe you're already there. And then that causes a problem with your humility. Remember the H's? And I know firsthand because I've been through this. I had to leave and go get myself an apartment without even knowing at the time if my company was not where it was now. I wasn't even sure if I would have enough to really make it on my own at the time, but I did it anyways. I took a major risk and I did it anyways, but putting myself in that situation created a level of hunger and hustle that was absolutely out of this world. And that had a lot to do with my success. Because proximity to success does not equal progress. And you being around celebrities doesn't mean you're famous. You being around rich people doesn't mean you're rich. You have to get things on your own in this life. So look for people that have shared values as you. Look for people that put equal effort into life as you. And have a shared seriousness about everything. That they take their business serious. They take their careers serious. They take their dreams serious. They take feeding their families serious. They take all these things, politics, and what's going on in the world and what's happening. Serious people, I'm not saying that you need to be serious all the time, but you need to be serious about a lot of things. And I'd rather be around 5 people who are building slowly than be around one person who's super, super successful that doesn't even give a shit if I rot. And I know what that is because I've been there as well. So these are, my recommendations to anybody who's trying to get out of a rut or become more successful. But remember that the simplest test to friendship, if you're trying to figure out, well, I'm surrounded by a lot of people, Thommy. Who do I don't know. Well, ask yourself this one question. Does this person make it easier or harder for me to respect myself? Let me say that one more time, just in case you missed it. Does this person make it easier or harder for me to respect myself? Now, you might say, well, isn't respecting yourself something that should be unconditional unto yourself and not have anything to do with anybody else? Yes, 100%. But make no mistake that the people that you have around you will affect your ability to do that, whether you like it or not. Influence is a real thing. It exists. So if you have people that are around you that when you stop hanging out with them, you feel like a little depressed, like you've lost your confidence, you're finding it harder to get out and socialize, you feel, just sort of like tainted energy. If you feel drained, if you feel defensive, if you feel discouraged in some way, then you have somebody that is affecting your ability to respect yourself. That's a thing. But if they're like making you feel more grounded, if you feel like after you hang out with them, you see things more clearly, they make you feel excited, like your goals are even easier to accomplish. They make you feel like you're elevating just being around them. Those are the people who are making you respect yourself. Those are the people that are making you go, yeah, man, you're right. I need to worry about making a little bit more money, putting a little more effort into my business, or putting a little more effort at work, trying to get that promotion, trying to get that, I need to be in shape. I need to take care of myself physically, stop eating horrible foods, because all of that is a part of respecting yourself. And there are people that are going to encourage you in ways you don't even realize to not respect yourself. Hey, let's go party. Let's go get drunk. Let's go do stupid shit. Let's eat like shit. Let's go, run from one bar to the other to try to chase girls or try to, whatever it is. You might have people in your life that are just encouraging you and walking you down paths of disrespecting yourself. And so the key point, the key takeaway is that the 12 people who you surround yourself with need to be people that make it easier for you to respect yourself. And if you have the people around you that are doing that, making you elevate your standards and respecting yourself, that's going to lead to your success. That's what's going to allow you to reach a place where you become successful. That's it. Your body already knows who your real friends are. Tells you all the time. It's just that your brain hasn't caught up yet. But when you're laying in bed at night, your body's telling you how people made you feel. And you got to be very, very self-aware of this. And if you really, really want your life to be fruitful, then you need to protect your life. Because choosing your friends is not about upgrading your circle. It's about protecting your life. And if you were ruthless right now, if you took everything I just spoke about and you wrote it all down in a notebook right now and you really put together a list of different things about everybody that's in your life right now, who would still be there? If you were like, you know what, I'm going to write this all down and I'm going to literally cut everybody out of my life right now. How many people that do you have in your life that are really doing what I said? Some of you have no one. A lot of you have no one. And that's sad. Some of you maybe one. And that one is probably someone that many times you probably don't even reach out to that often. They probably don't even know or even feel like they're really that close to you because you talk to them so little. You need to analyze people that you let around you, and you need to figure out who is making it easier for you to respect yourself, who's making it harder. Cut the people that make it harder. Get in closer to the people that make it easier. And I'm telling you all that right now from 30 years of real world experience. Anyway, again, this is Tom Kane, and this is another episode of the Executives Playbook. For those of you who catch the version of this on YouTube in the next few minutes, please like the channel. Please subscribe. Leave a comment. Anything you'd like to share, your own experiences about friends you've had and things that you could relate to about it, whatever. I love hearing from you guys. Hit the little bell so you know when I put out a video. I put out a video literally every day. Again, I cannot tell you or stress enough, I am so grateful to the people who watch. We're about to be approaching 7,500 subscribers here pretty soon. And my goal is to try to reach 10,000, hopefully by the end of the month, maybe mid-February. But like, I really want to reach that milestone. So if you have not subbed my channel, please, my YouTube, the Executives Playbook, please go sub the channel. Anyways, have a good day, guys. I'm out.